Oh yes. Yes sir. Oh, we get to work on all kinds of stuff. That's how a girl needs a new tire. That's a 19 something or other Ford. I don't know if it's a 8N, 9N, Jubilee. All the same to me. Easy. These things are usually pretty well rotted inside the wheel. You got some miles on her. Getting almost can see the air in it. We're going to use this little tool right here. This will suck the air out of the tire. Put it on the stem. Put your air hose here. Blows across. Creates low pressure. Pressure differential. The Venturi effect. Sometimes it'll suck the tube right off the sides of the rim for you. And then suck the stem in, which is kind of nice. Which this one already pushed in. There it is. So it sucks the tube flat, which is helpful if you're reusing the tube. So these are going to be just like doing a car with a TPMS sensor, in the sense that, you know, if you're reusing a tube, you don't want to damage the tube, so you try not to pinch it with your bar, and then you always start a little bit before the stem, and then when you put the tire on, you end at the stem. So just make sure you don't snag the tube, and then you want your stem right here in the first opening, because if it's here, the drop center comes through and it'll cut it off. Hey, what do you want me to do? Chop it off? I always tell them this is all. Now we'll do this. Come on, baby. Sometimes a tube can be rusted right to the rim. This one must have been replaced fairly recently. Skinny little tires can be a pain. So what we'll do is we'll save this for the fella. Like I said, this is the old air sucker. Sucks them right down. Before we give it back to the customer, always put the core back in it in case he ever needs to use it. We'll put a brand new tube in it. Tubes are relatively inexpensive. I corded the job with the tube. So we'll have to see what condition the wheel is in. There, we give that back. A lot of times these things are super crusty. Now it doesn't matter how you take the other bead off. Oh, this one's already been polished. Lucky us. Lucky us. There she is. This skinny little tire. So you don't even get to see any rust removal. Usually what I'll do is I'll come out here with a needle scaler. If the rust is built up huge, just start railing on this thing with a needle scaler, get it all off. You mostly need it smooth so there's no sharp edges to get your tube. So that saves a lot less drama. It looks pretty smooth despite how rusty it does look. it's got to be smooth. So if you get rid of all the rust, you won't have a wheel left. So let that take a bite. Let that go right there. We got us a brand new Harvest King. You can't see it. Probably made in China would be my assumption. One of the cheapest tire that we can get. Oh, made in Thailand actually, wherever that is. Now we'll get a little baby powder for the tire. I could use a little baby powder in my pants today. It is wicked hot out. So we'll put a little tire talc in there. That is known in the state of California to cause cancer. It says so right on the container. So we just get a good layer of talc inside that keeps the tire from sticking to the tube. Right? Tube from sticking to the tire or vice versa. And then we'll grab a little lube. Whoop. Even though these big 19s, they go on pretty easy. Give her a spin. Get her on. There's that. Now, a mistake you can do putting the tube in is you get it all folded up, which you don't want to do. Make sure you lay it down so you know which way your stem is facing. You know, it'll naturally point up. Put this in your pocket, otherwise you'll lose it. Grab yourself one of these. Find the hole. When you're laying it in, make sure you're not going like this when you're putting it in. Just want to lay her down flat. It's like a bicycle. Start her in. Stem lined up. I'll give you quite enough room to get your digits in there. Come on, baby. Just like so. And now we're going to grab a hold of the stem with this little guy. A little extra insurance that we don't lose it and we don't chop it off. Now you're going to want to feel underneath the tire. You want to make sure your tube's not hanging out the bottom bead, which it isn't. We'll bring our stem over here. You want your stem to be the last piece on when if you're spooning it on or if you're using a tire machine, it's got to be the last piece to go. Again, make sure you don't have your tube pinched. Make sure your tube's not sitting up here in the drop center. If all the air is out of it, it's going to want to sit in the middle of the wheel. It's going to be the last part on. Boom. Just like so. Pop our bead again. Make sure our tube's sitting center. Pull the core out of there. Pull that out. Now you want to get the air that's going to be trapped between the tube and the tire out, otherwise the tire is going to be soft in the morning as it wicks out, if that makes sense to you. So you can either hold the valve stem down, let it kind of push the air out of the valve stem hole, or you can come on the off side of the tire, hold it down, and let it fill up like that. Just hold it down. And we'll push our stem in a little bit. You want to make sure that's going to want to poke out of the hole straight. let her deflate one time. Nobody really knows why, it's just what the old school guys do. In case the tube's a little something in there. Now we'll blow her up about 50 pounds. There she is. Now we'll be a nice guy. I'll put a little never sneeze on these. All the way around. They all look pretty rough. Oh, I hear the meat wagon. Feels good, baby. Well, there you have it, folks. Changing the inner tube and tire on your Ford tractor, the 419. Back when 19s weren't really cool, but now they are, and they're common. So I don't know what to say, folks. Hopefully you liked this video. If not, be sure to give it that thumbs down. While you're down there doing that, make sure you subscribe or ring that bell. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.